In this video, section 4.1, Inequalities. To begin, we'll take the inequality 5x minus 7 is less than 8. Now, I don't want 5x, I want x. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. We'll fill in the rest of the inequality about that. These cancel. I'm left with 5x is less than 15. I don't want 5x. I want x. So I'll divide both sides by 5. We're left with x is less than 3. And note how we just used a little inverse reverse to solve this. But we're going to test it. I'll pick a point that's less than 3, like 1. Then we'll take 5, multiply it by 1, subtract 7. The result is a negative 2. That's less than 8. Woohoo! We've solved this inequality. Let's try and solve another. 4 minus 3x is greater than or equal to 6. Subtract 4 from both sides. Divide both sides by a negative 3. Okay, again, a little bit of inverse reverse. And now we're going to test. We'll use x equal to 0 since that's greater than a negative anything. So 4 minus, well, 0 is just 4 and greater than 6, which it isn't. Well, we had this part correct. Why isn't this part correct? I suspect it could be something to do with that negative. So let's try and solve this again. But this time we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to add 3x to both sides. These cancel out. We have 4 is greater than or equal to 6 plus 3x. Now we'll subtract 6 from both sides and divide by 3. Negative 2/3 is greater than or equal to x. That's the opposite of what we had here. But if we test with, say, x is equal to negative 1, then we get 4 minus 3 times a negative 1, which is 4 plus 3. That's 7, which is greater than or equal to 6. So it looks like the problem was when we multiplied by this negative right in here. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to flip our inequality if we ever do that. So our solution should look something like this. 4 minus 3x is greater than or equal to 6. Minus 3x is greater than or equal to 2. X is less than or equal to, because of the negative, a negative 2/3. And again, when we test it, we get the correct result. So, if we multiply by a negative, we need to flip the direction of the inequality. Okay, here's another example. And of course, it's a spicy one. We're kicking it up a notch. We'll take 3. We'll take 3, we'll subtract 4x, we'll divide it by 7, and this needs to be Oh, minus 8 less than or equal to a negative 3. There we go. We've got a lot of negatives happening here. But this one is the one that's going to make us flip the inequality. So we'll start by adding 8 to both sides. Then we'll multiply both sides by 7. Subtract 3. And divide by a negative 4, which means we need to flip the inequality. That negative's going to the other side. We've got to flip it. And we can go ahead and test this and look for the correct result, but we found it. That's it for section 4.1. Thanks.